Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to all my Gazelle business partners and potentials. Kelton Alexander here, and I'd like to welcome you to this video marketing master class. Because when it comes to what you do, our goal is that they think of you and they think of you first. So the purpose of this video is to be a guide, so you can develop the kind of top of mind awareness that comes from your brand, your cause, your products, your ministry, or your services, to be seen, heard, and understood more frequently, consistently, and persistently by the power of video, with the ease and simplicity of sending an email or a smartphone text, social media post, or ad. So let's get it in. Now, 10 years ago, when I began my video communications career, I learned a very valuable philosophy, which is I don't know one way to get 85 customers, but I do know 85 ways to get one. Now, I think the reason why the speaker who said that chose the number 85 was because it was part of a formula that she was selling. But the point is, marketing is based on numbers. Now, if you haven't seen it, I highly suggest that you watch the Netflix movie The Black Godfather, which was about Clarence Avant, who was a well-known and respected person in the Hollywood community as a networker in the music industry. And because of his marketing skills, he became a trusted advisor for almost every industry in the world. And I bring him up because of a factual philosophy of his that is especially true when it comes to marketing, which is this: life is all about numbers. He said you come in on a number and you leave on a number. And within everything in between, the bottom line is numbers. Like we always say at this time, rugs lie, people lie, dogs lie, but numbers never lie. Think about this for a second as it pertains to follow-up versus sales. 48% of professionals never follow up. 25% make a second contact and stop. 12% make three contacts and stop. And only 10% of salespeople make more than three contacts with a prospect. But when it comes to sales, 2% of sales are made on the first contact, 3% are made on the second, 10% are made on the fourth, and 80% of sales are made on a 12th contact or higher. So those numbers can all be boiled down to one word. What would you say that word is? Consistent would be one, wouldn't it? How about frequent? Wouldn't that work? Well, if I would add my 2 cents in, I would say persistent. But guess what? There are other words that are key for us, such as automated, digital, speed, and wow factor. So let's look at some of the tools that we'll be using to get that done that will carry our content. Now, in the marketing world, there's a big difference between creating content and creating great content. You know, the kind of content that customers actually want to read. Now, it isn't enough to string words together and send them off to your contacts. There's an art to this wordsmith business, and it takes work if you want to enjoy one successful marketing campaign after another. And so, what is a campaign? Well, a campaign is a series of emails, texts, newsletters, and websites that are delivered by an automated or sequenced or pre-planned method. So on this chart or worksheet, we see highlighted what we will deliver to our audience. So let's look at column 1. This is where we put your brand and the topic or subject of the campaign. At the bottom of the column are some beginning examples. Some examples to start from, such as the occasion or the update, or building relationship by saying thanks by video emails, etc. Let's look into this further by how my product company can distribute your occasions, your updates, your thanks, what you need them informed about and updated on, as well as your products, your projects, your cause, and your services, or what showcasing, presenting, or teaching you're doing. So here's your homework to get things started. Write down a list of occasions, holidays, and birthdays to give a happy shout out about. For example, I did it to my list for Easter. If you have a memo, an update, you want to give thanks for anything, or maybe you need to inform your staff about something. If something or somebody comes to mind, write that or them down. Let's say the product or project that you want to instruct people on is a cause that you need to get donations for. Put it on a list. What is the service that you provide that once they get it, there may be a process they need to be guided through? Write that down. Do you have a showcase of some type that needs to be explained? Does it need to be explained more than once? Is there something that you do that needs to be taught? Now, here's what you need to know, guys. For effective video marketing, everything begins with a script. Now, it's fair to say that not everyone likes scripts. Some leaders say they avoid scripts because they make the person on camera seem as if they're not showing enough natural expression, emotion, or movement. It's called sounding wooden. You know, dead as a piece of wood. So instead, they opt for ad-libbing. Now, I hope this doesn't sound harsh, but I found out some people sound dead as wood on a script for one of two reasons. First, they wrote their script poorly. Or, second, they sound dead as wood with or without a script. Now, if you need help with a script, I can help you with that. If you don't or do your own voiceovers, we can do that for you. But the fact is, well-written scripts make people look and sound better on camera. And they make your voiceovers flow better. But most importantly, they save time because you'll require fewer takes. Scripts also ensure consistency across all your content, which is good for branding messages. They also take your mind off thinking about the next sentence, allowing you to focus on delivery and vocal dynamics. In closing, think about this for a second. Chances are we aren't doing enough video marketing. And I get it. It's time consuming. A simple black and white text is faster. But if you have something important that needs to be marketed, that means continually repeat it, right? That means what you do needs to go viral, right? What does viral mean? Well, here's the definition. Relating to or involving an image, video, piece of information, etc., that is circulated rapidly and widely from one internet user to another. So, are you ready to get your campaign launched? Then let's fill in the blanks.